Welcome back to another video from the Debate Room podcast. If you are watching, then obviously that this is a mock draft. It's going to be our third or fourth. I can't remember right now. It'll be in the title, so I think it's either our fourth. It's probably our fourth. Might be our fifth. I don't know. And I'm joined here with my co-host Max. It's been a minute. I think probably about 3 weeks since we did a. Come on, man, turn it off. Probably been like 3 weeks since we did a mock draft. A lot has changed. The combine has happened. The late withdrawal deadlines passed, so some prospects have left. But I think those are like fringe first round, second round guys in the first anyways. So I don't know how much impact it's going to have on our mock draft. But I just wanted to come back because a lot of players have either fell down draft boards, risen up draft boards. For instance, Zachary Ricochet has been playing well overseas, and he has risen up draft boards for his play in the postseason. But before we even get into a video, share the video, comment on anything you guys disagree with, any of the picks, what you want your team to do. Is going to be a list of teams, so you can go throughout the video and timestamps and choose, your team and see what player we have or players we have for that selection. But yeah, follow us on social media right at the top. Only take a few seconds. The links are in the description. Subscribing only take a few seconds. Liking the video only take a few seconds. Our mock drafts have been doing really well on the channel, so hopefully this one continues to do the same thing. And we've been growing pretty good as far as with shorts and videos as well in the recent memory. So that's really all I got to say. I'll get the mock draft on the screen, and I'll let Max have that first pick. We don't got to spin a wheel or nothing like that. He can have the first pick.
Number one, obviously it's been I'm not gonna say it's confirmed at all because obviously you still have other mocks doing other things. But with the needs of what Atlanta has, they've been trying to get Clint Capella off the books. It seems like for years. I feel like every year at the trade deadline, Clint Capella's in up there. Maybe a belief in Onyeka Okongwu. I don't know. But I'm pretty confident. Alex Sarr seems to be the guy. Seems to be the unanimous kind of number one pick in this draft. Would he be the number one in other drafts? I don't know. There's still all this doubt on this draft, and I think doubt with Alex Sarr at 1. With the Evan Mobley type of ceiling, obviously Evan Mobley still has room to improve. Like, it's not a bad pick, obviously, but as compared to these generational prospects that kind of come through at the number one position, even last year with Wemby, it just doesn't really match up. So I think that with that being said, I think Alex Sarr works on this team. Obviously, I think that there will be a hole to fill with Clint Capella gone. I think that you can kind of Atlanta's in a super weird spot. Trae Young's not the youngest in the world. I think he's 27, 28 maybe.
Nah, Trae Young is probably like 25. He's probably less than, he's 25. He's 26, 25.
Oh, 25. All right. Anyways, a little off. I thought he was 26, 27. He's not the youngest in the world still, though. 25 is young, but like not on the same timetable as a guy like Alex Sarr and even a guy like Jalen Johnson who's playing well right now. So it's kind of weird. You have this youth and you also have some experience with some of these bench players they have. They could go for a full rebuild still. Trae Young still could be on the trade block. DeJounte Murray could still be on the trade block. And you move forward with the young pieces you have. But Trae Young is still young enough to where you can still build around him and try and put pieces around him. And I think with that being said, like I think Alex Sarr is 1. I think he's going to be – I see other drafts doing Ricochet 1, but I think Alex Sarr should probably be going 1 just as far as what they need. Centers. It's a huge need for them. Oh, did I say it? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of implied.
You could have just said that. You didn't be sassy about it. With the number 1 overall pick, the Atlanta Hawks select Alex Sarr. I was about to say the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, I agree with the pick. I think Alex Sarr should be the number 1 pick in this draft. I think he's the best overall prospect. And I think it's a fine pick for it, whatever direction they go, whether they use him alongside Trae and Jalen Johnson, or they go into a full rebuild. I think he's the best prospect in this class. His defensive versatility is crazy. His ability to switch on the guards and hold his own, and his ability to protect the rim. He's not the best rim protector in this class, but I think he's a pretty good one. And then obviously his swing skills, his shooting. If he was able to knock down a consistent mid-range and three-point jump shot, then he's going to add a lot of value to teams as a Evan Mobley, Chet Holmgren type of prospect. But obviously on the lower levels of that. But his 3-point like volume relative to other prospects that we're seeing to have is like shooting upside is pretty standard. Like I think he shoots about as much as them. Like when you put the 3-point attempts per 100, because of his downsized role compared to other prospects. But like if he was on the floor, I think he'd be shooting a lot more. So it's really going to be with him about his aggressiveness, his ability to continue to put on weight. Because over the last few years, he's put on some weight. He can continue to build out his frame, and he continues to be a lob threat and protect the rim. I think he's a very a good prospect. I think in other drafts he wouldn't be number one, but he probably be like top 5, top 7 in all our classes. He's got comp to Jaren Jackson Jr., Evan Mobley, Chet Holmgren, and like a 4-5 tweener. And I think he's the perfect type of center you can place alongside Trae Young to be a lob threat and also open up that pick and pop game. If that could be something that he gets going, it just makes Atlanta offense that more versatile. My concerns for him is obviously dealing with contact on the offensive end, finishing through contact on the offensive end. I want to see if his handle is going to continue to grow as well. He's shown some flashes of being able to handle the ball, like bringing it up in transition and stuff like that. And then continue to grow as a playmaker. Do a little bit more of the connective passing, and obviously the jump shot is going to be real or not. But I like his frame. I like his. What am I trying to say? I like his form. For especially for.
Say, I thought you were gonna say some. I thought you could say some pause stuff right there.
No, I like his. I like his form.
I thought you said you like his body or something. It's like okay.
I like his form. He obviously has his question marks whether he's going to be able to like his offensive ceiling is a question mark, like what he's going to be able to do. But all these prospects have question marks, and so I feel pretty sure about him being a number one prospect in this class. All right, so that's number one. And number two, this pick has been pretty standard for me for the entire draft process because I think the Wizards either need a point guard or need a center. And for me personally, there is no center that is worthy of being the second overall pick in this class. I know some people have mocked Donovan Clingan here. Some people have mocked Zachary Richardson here, who hopefully we can talk about later. But I think this team lacks creation, real creation. They lack playmaking. So I'm definitely going to be taking a point guard here. I know you could possibly get a point guard next year, and I've seen a lot of people do that as well. Like just say, like take the best player available, and then get a point guard next year. With that point guard class is probably really good in my opinion. But with the second overall pick, the Wizards are going to select Nikola Topic or Topic, whatever it is.
My biggest thing is it can completely be a vibes thing. I don't know. John Wall. That's why Rob Dillingham, I think, is I don't know why. It's been my guy all year, and I don't know. I'm not saying he's the better prospect at all. I guess I just see Topic as a Spur and Dillingham as a Wizard, and it could be because the John Wall comparison, the creativity with the ball handling itself, the little shot creation he can make for himself. Topic is a different kind of player. He can get more people involved at times. Like I understand. I don't know. I think it's just been for me. It's been Dillingham at 2 or Dillingham to the Wizards this whole time. But again, I see other things with Ricochet. If they're going for a need, they obviously need a center. I could see them going Clingan, even if you don't value him at 2. It's still you're drafting for best fit with this kind of draft. So, yeah, I don't know.
I don't think any class you draft for fit. At
this is the one where you can do it. It's the only one I think.
I don't know. No, I think he has an argument for being the second best player in this class. He's among that group. His ability to pressure the rim is elite. He gets the rim and downhill elite at an elite level. He doesn't have much of a mid-range game, but I like his 3-point shot. I know it's like the numbers don't suggest that shooting is a swing skill for him, but his form, I like it a lot, and I think he's gonna be a at least average to above average 3-point shooter in the NBA. I like that his trajectory. He's one of the best passers in this class. His ability to create advantages, get downhill, and find open looks for his teammates is really special. And I think with a team that lacks creation and they don't have much playmaking on the roster, I think that the Wizards can really use it. And I don't think it's like a type of situation where next year they're going to miss out on a point guard. They can possibly get a win. Like they have Corey Kispert, they have Denny Avia, they have a few, they have Bilal, they have a few, people on the wing. So adding another wing here is just, I don't think it's the best option. And obviously they need a center as well. But clinging that too, I don't buy. I don't buy it. Like I wouldn't like it. It happens. It happens. But
I just don't think it's this kind of draft where it's like, oh my gosh, you missed out on person X. Like we can look at that 20 years or 25, 6 years down the line, but like right now, I don't think there's like an immediate prospect. Like you skipped out on Scoot last year, you skipped out on whoever, like that kind of hype around prospects right now. It won't look that bad unless you have these all-stars. But again, I think with this draft, you will see guys at 12, 15, 18, where it's like this guy slipped. You know what I mean? Like the Giannis is this draft, where it's like a lot of teams missed out on a guy. But
yeah, I don't think it's like, oh, you pass up on them type of thing in this year. But
maybe. I don't know.
I think Klingon has not Klingon. I think Topic has an argument for being the second best player in this class, second best.
That's fine. That's fine.
He does have defensive concerns for sure. He does have shooting concerns for sure. But he has size. He has athleticism. He has the ability to get to the paint. He has the ability to play make for his teammates. And I do buy the shot. I do buy the creation upside as well. This pick here at 3 is pretty easy to me.
I don't think so.
I think they're going to be looking to trade this pick, but it's pretty easy to keep it.
I think I know who you're thinking to pick. I guess it's just not me.
It's not the guy. It's not the guy.
So you're not going Reed here?
No.
Okay, cool. So my 3 right now are between Stephon Castle, Zachary Ricochet, and who's the last guy I was gonna say? What the heck?
Reed Taylor should definitely be in the conversation. Now
that's fine.
Stephon Castle makes absolutely no sense for this team. Absolutely no sense. They already have enough players that can defend and can't shoot. Like they Alvin Thompson, like nah.
Who? Nah. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the last guy I was thinking of. Why did I completely lose it? It was 3 guys.
I feel like Castle is more of someone you got to develop, and they already have a lot of players that you need to be spending time on development. So you shouldn't be.
Yeah, I think it's a tradable pick either way. Why did I completely lose what I was going to say? Was it Reed?
Reed Shepard should be in consideration for sure at 3 to the Rockets.
Yeah, why did I guess it was. I don't know. I thought I had another name up there, and I just completely lost it. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, sorry. It's completely like had a brain fart there. So Reed, Ricochet, and Stephon Castle are my 3 going into this. It all depends on how they play the team, on how you put position wise, because I do think that there is a spot where Ricochet can break this roster. He has the shooting ability. He has the defensive ability on the wing. He's a tall wing and could make a really tall and lengthy Houston Rockets lineup. If you put Jabari out there, if you have Alperen Şengün, you have the defensive ability of Zachary Ricochet, and then you still have Freddie at the point and Jalen Green at the wing. Some of that defensive ability where Jalen Green lacks or Şengün lacks, you bring it up with Zachary Ricochet. Understand he's on the wing. I don't know. It's like I don't love all the guard picks because they already, I feel like, sometimes have a crowded backcourt. I know you're going to say Amon plays the wing, but you kind of want to develop him. Is that true as a 1 or a 2 sometimes? Compared to a 3,
I think Amon is a point guard.
So he has the play creation ability. That's why I don't want to go with the guard entirely, and I like the wing position. I think Ron Holland, if you love his potential, has a chance to go here. I think, I don't know. I like the fit, but with a 3rd overall pick, the Houston Rockets will select Zachary Ricochet.
It's a good pick. He's really impressed me over the last few weeks in the playoffs and to end their season. I think I do buy his shooting. Now, I don't think he's like an elite shooting prospect. I don't think he's going to be like elite coming out with screens, pinning down somebody, that type of stuff. He's really good catching and shooting. He doesn't have to take many dribbles. He's really good shooting the ball there. As far as defensively, I think of him much more as a team defender. I don't think he's going to be elite at all. Maybe that's his ceiling.
I don't think he has to be with this team. You have Dylan Brooks off the bench.
I think he's going to be a good team defender in the NBA. I think his struggles are creation. Like if he's asked to put the ball on the ground, his handle is really weak, and he don't have like elite athleticism or burst or anything like that. But I mean, he is a wing. But I think in the NBA, especially with tighter defenses, his handle is going to be um, questionable. I think he's going to be like a second side creator where if the ball comes to him on a skip pass or like just making the defense rotate, he can attack closeouts and finish at the rim. He's really showing that he can be good in transition, making decisions in transition where that's like a pushing the ball or finding his teammate or going coast to coast. He's shown some flashes of ball handling and transition, but in the half court is really spotty. He also is not a great playmaker, but you have I think he has a really defined role coming into this in NBA. I think he has a safe floor. I think he's gonna be able to be a good team defender, a positive defender, and I think he's gonna be able to be a good shooter. So just that, it's like he got shades of like, and shout out to Hoop Venue. He said this. I think not Hoop Venue. My bad. I just forgot the creator I was watching that said this. Let me try to go see. Oh, Hoop Intellect. My bad. I watched some of his videos and he was talking about how he kind of sees shades of Trey Murphy, Cam Johnson. I kind of get that vibe as well. I don't know if he's gonna be a good shooter as Trey Murphy, but I see more like even like a Mikal Bridges, like maybe not as good defensively, but someone that can shoot. Mikal comes off pin down stuff like that now as a number one option, and maybe Zachary could develop that to his game. But I really think he's gonna be like a 3-and-D guy. I'm pretty positive that he can be that in the NBA. So
I
I feel
think
like
that's huge for. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I think that's huge for what this team needs. I think you have a lot of creation with Jalen Green, with Ahmed Thompson, with Şengün. I think you need some 3-and-D guys. You need some effective wings, some great role players.
Yeah, for sure.
To sit alongside of them. So
they're looking to trade this pick for Mikal Bridges and for the third overall pick, and it'll take some development. But Zachary Richardson could be that type of player for you guys if you got the patience. Obviously, they're ready to probably go like geared towards winning now, and I get that from Rockets fans. Like if they want to add a quality role player with this pick, like Mikal Bridges, something like that, then that's also an option. I think that's good because this team won like 40 games last year, and they can take another jump next season with getting a Mikal Bridges. So I like to pick Zachary Richardson. That's what I would have done. So at 4 here with the Spurs, Topic is off the board. We still have Reed Shepard here. We have Rob Dillingham here. We have Ron Holland. We have Stefan Castle. I think they're going to obviously have to use one of these picks to get a point guard and one of these picks to get a wing. Now, what order you like to do that in is up to you. I've seen people take Stefan Castle here at 4 and then take Rob at 8 and stuff like that. And there's a possibility that if they take another player here, they can get Rob at 8 because like the 5th pick, I don't think the Pistons are going to take Rob. They already got K at the point guard position. I don't think the Hornets are going to take Rob. They already got LaMelo. They got Brandon Miller to handle the ball. And then I don't think the Blazers are going to take Rob. So in theory, you could possibly get Rob at 8 and then take a wing here at 4. So maybe here, but I from him point guard. And
sorry, you just cut out a lot there. Yeah, you just cut out
how
a
much
lot
did
there.
I cut out? How much
I don't know.
Did you hear?
I don't know if it's me or if it's you, but you were pretty like in and out for a little bit when you were talking about guard of the wing. I don't know if it's still staticky or not.
So it's I was saying, yeah, it probably was. My connection is not the greatest right now. That's gonna hurt the quality of the video. But what I was saying is that they're probably going to be taking a point guard and a wing in this draft if they use both of these draft picks. So it's really about, do you think you can get Rob at 8 or a point guard at 8, and do you think you can get a wing earlier? Like I don't know exactly what they're going to do.
I personally think that it's a better chance that you go if Rob's your point guard. I think you go Rob. I think Stefan Castle has a better chance of getting picked at 5, 6, and 7. Obviously, you have 5. The Pistons have Cade. 6, LaMelo. If you think those are 2 off-ball teams to have, I think you want the shooting ability at both those positions, though. and they'd rather go Castle over Rob. So I don't know. I don't think either one of those teams are drafting Rob. I guess Portland's a maybe, but I think you go point guard first, and then I think you go wing or whoever else you want, and then you can get Rob at 8.
Yeah, I probably agree that makes the most type of sense, but I'm just not in the camp of Stephon Castle being a.
I think Stephon Castle is honestly like rose up from what I've seen. I feel like Stephon Castle is like a guaranteed top 5 pick. He's rose up the ranks a lot. I've seen a lot
I
of
don't know about
mocks on him.
guaranteed. I don't know about
Twitter.
guaranteed. I don't know
I
about
see so much
guaranteed.
stuff on Twitter about how everyone loves him. This person, that person, this exec is like, oh, whatever. Like people are like really liking Stephon Castle. He's moved up a lot in this process. I just think at the end of the day, I think you can have your pick of any wing or any whatever 2, 3, and you'll still get your number 1 guard if it's Rob because Toppich is already gone. So
yeah, I understand that, but me personally, I'm not that high on Castle, especially at number 4. I just wouldn't do it. He wants to be the point guard
that's
of
fine.
a team.
Go with
I
the other
understand
guy.
that.
Go with the other wing.
Yep. This might shock people, but with the 4th overall pick, the Spurs are going to select Ron Holland. I think he is one of the best players in this draft class. And people have overthought Ron Holland the entire year. He is one of the best creators in his class at getting to the paint, at getting his own shot. Now, the efficiency numbers are not the best at all, but he didn't have a great point guard setting it up for him stuff in G League Ignite. I really am skeptical about how G League Ignite. Hold on. I really am skeptical about how G League Ignite has developed prospects and the environment that they played in. I don't think he had great point guard player, nothing like that. I don't think he had great coaching or anything like that. But his energy, his effort in transition in the half court, his ability to get into the paint, I think he's a great athlete. I think his first step is great. I think his defensive versatility and effort on that end is great. Really tries, and he's going to be I think a great defender in the league. His ability to get fast again, as I highlighted. Now he has ball handling questions, playmaking questions. He has shooting questions as well. His numbers there weren't great, but for me, I think he's one of the best prospects in his class. Like people are just overthinking him. Like I don't know how much better you could have had him play in the G League Ignite, being that young as he is, in a league with older men, and how he performed in that league. Like, so he averaged 6 rebounds and 3 assists, 3 turnovers, which isn't the best. He averaged 2.5 steals and 0.7 blocks. So it's like he was very, very productive on the defensive end. His 3-point shot has questions, but I think he is one of the 3 best players in his class as far as a prospect. Now, this isn't a big board, but if you want to get your wing, he may not be there for me personally at 8. And so I think he is one of the best wing prospects in his class, if not the best wing prospect in his class. I'm really high on Ron Holland, and that's probably going to be an unpopular opinion. He does have his concerns, like everyone does in this class. And I think a lot of draft scouts are overthinking his talent. So I will take Ron Holland here at 4. Me personally, I know he's going to fall for people. And
I actually like the pick. I think upside wise, you get him, you get Rob, or you get whatever point guard you want.
Oh my god.
And I think you have high upside at the point guard, at the wing, and at the center position. Obviously with Wemby there too. So I actually don't mind that pick at all. To be honest, this pick's kind of easy for me at 5. Huh?
I said it should be. Make the right
decision. I think even if you don't like the player I pick, or even if you don't like the fit I pick, you're gonna like the player.
You better not.
I
don't know who you're talking about, but if he's not a player of one of my favorite teams, my favorite team in college basketball previously, then he should not be getting selected here. That's all I'm saying.
I think Reed Shepherd fits this team perfectly.
Okay, all right, bro.
What?
That's the right pick.
Okay, fine. I thought you were saying okay, whatever. I think Reed Shepherd is a great pick here. I think the Jaden Ivey experiment is over.
Did I say what the 4th overall pick?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think I did. All right, hold on. With the 4th overall pick, the Spurs are going to select Ron Holland.
With the 5th overall pick, the Detroit Pistons are selecting Reed Shepherd. I love the fit. Obviously, he's an elite shooter in college, defensive ability. The only issue was his size. He's 6'3". Obviously, if he was a little taller, it'd be a little more effective on the defense side of the ball. But I think playing next to Cade, just being a spot up shooter, I think is this team needs a hit, and I think that this fit will actually work. Whether or not Reed Shepherd pans out to be the Dante DiVincenzo or Josh Hart that he's kind of projected to be,
Josh Hart is crazy.
I still think no. Josh Hart was Stephon Castle's comp. Sorry, DiVincenzo was Shepherd's. I'd still think that his shooting ability will be there, and I think he could still be very effective on this team. Again, I think you're looking at the Pistons, and the pieces you're moving forward with is really Asar, Cade. Why can't I think of their centers?
Duran.
Jalen Duran. I still think you like and you move with, and Reed Shepherd. And I think you're looking at your team. Cade at the 1, Reed at the 2, Asar at the 3. You have a hole at the 4, or you can shift Asar down and Jalen Duran at the 5. It still needs to work. Still needs to actually pan out. But that's solid 5 going forward. So I don't mind that. I think Reed Shepherd fits really well on this team. I think that this is honestly like if they don't go Reed Shepherd here, I see Cody Williams a lot here. Don't know if I love the pick. Cody Williams a little too raw of a prospect. I think he needs a lot of development on stuff, and I don't think Detroit really can wait on people anymore. They got to kind of put stuff into motion. I think Reed's shooting ability and his defensive ability will be there day one, and we'll see.
Perfect pick for the Pistons. We are in need of spacing, shooting, and he's going to provide that. He's one of the best shooters in his class. And as a secondary ball handler, I think he will do pretty fine. Taking pressure off of Cade, and he can make some reads in the pick and roll and in the half court. He's not the best playmaker or the best ball handler. He needs to work on that for sure, but he's still young. So I mean, it's not like he's done growing at all. Defensively, I don't think he's going to be some great defender at all, to be honest. He is not the greatest on the ball. His thing is defensive playmaking. Like he gets in a lot in the passing lanes. He has great hands, and so in the league, I think he'll probably be an average defender, maybe a little bit above average. Due to his size, I think that's going to just hold him back. He is 6'2", so that's going to kind of like hold him back. But as far as defensive playmaking, he has that down pack already, getting in lanes, using his hands to get steals, and obviously he's a much better athlete than people gave him credit for, with going to the combine and having like a 42-inch vertical, which I did not expect at all. So I love Reed Shepherd. He was one of my favorite players to watch college basketball this year, and I think he'd be a perfect pick for the Pistons. He really would. I don't know if he falls this low, but hopefully he does, because I would be amazed to have him on the team. He should start day one. But anyways,
I think this pick season too.
I already know what I'm doing. All right. Let me slow down. With the 6th overall pick, the Charlotte Hornets are going to select Stephon Castle. I think he slides in really nice there. Oh, he don't want to. I forgot about that.
What?
He said he doesn't want to go to a team where he's not the point guard. I kind of forgot he said that before I made that pick.
I mean, I'll let you take it back. I don't know why you're not going Klingon here.
For the Hornets?
Yes.
Mark Williams, does he not exist? What the hell?
I don't know. I don't think a guy who can't shoot next to LaMelo is a great move. I guess same thing.
Bro, they need defense really badly. They need defense on the perimeter really badly.
And on the offense side of the ball, if LaMelo's creating. What's Stephon Castle doing on the offense side of the ball if he can't shoot?
Going to be off the ball.
You cut out. You're cutting out. You're cutting out. I couldn't hear you.
I say he'll be used off the ball like he was in college, cutting, being used as a screener, all that type of stuff. It's a lot of creative things you do with a person who has not shown the ability to shoot. Now, I don't think his jump shot is broke at all. Like obviously he needs to have more confidence shooting it. I don't think his form is the worst at all. I think he can definitely develop as a shooter, but they need defense really, really badly. And he doesn't need to create at all in the offense. They have not at all, but they have Brandon Miller, they have LaMelo Ball. He doesn't need to be some type of creator. He has connective passing ability, which will help. He has great point of attack defense, which will definitely help them. He has a little bit of defensive versatility as well. He's going to be a good team defender. And so, yeah, Klingon, no. Heck no. They have Mark Williams. I don't know why they got from another center. You can't play both of them together, so that wouldn't even make sense.
I would play
no.
Klingon over Williams right now. That's fine.
That's insane.
Let me develop Donovan Klingon. He's literally Rudy Gobert according to some people.
I
don't know.
I ain't gonna lie.
I think Donovan Klingon actually has decent. I think Donovan Klingon actually has decent potential. So I don't know, and I think in the pick and roll he works. But I get it. Yeah, I did forget a little bit about Mark Williams, but still, yeah, they can't play two. But I just don't think Stephon Castle's the pick there. I guess I'd rather go like. It's the same thing, but like I'd rather go with the shooter. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
with like I'm looking at.
I think he has the ability to grow as a shooter. Montes shot 26% from three, bro. Montes shot 26% from three.
This is G League. He shot well before in high school and stuff.
I mean, his high school numbers weren't that great either.
But he shot better than 23%.
For sure, they were better, but his touch numbers weren't great. Like his touch numbers weren't great.
He's got offensive potential though, for sure.
What excites me most about Modest right now is defense, to be honest. But yeah.
At 7 with Portland, looking at their team, obviously, I think it's hard to even look at their team because so many people I think are potential trade pieces. I think Jeremy Grant could look to be moved. I think Malcolm Brogdon could look to be moved. I think the only pieces you're kind of moving forward with as the Portland Trailblazers is probably Scoot, Shaden Sharp, DeAndre Ayton, maybe an Anthony Simons.
DeAndre Ayton.
I don't think he's getting moved.
He's not a part of the long-term future.
Is he getting moved though?
He might be, yes, but I don't know.
Will anyone trade for DeAndre Ayton in his contract?
And in the last few years, his deal for sure they would.
I think yeah, maybe he. No, I don't even think then. I think maybe he goes as free agent, but I don't know. I guess with that, it could change my pick a little bit, and kind of factor out Ayton leaving. But
to be honest, the person you drafted at 6 makes way more sense here. To be honest,
I drafted at 6.
The person you wanted to
you're saying
take
Klingon.
at 6.
You're saying Klingon.
It makes way more sense for the Blazers.
I have 3 people. Klingon was the bottom of the 3, but I didn't know Ayton had a 2-year contract. I guess I was thinking he was there for a lot longer.
No.
I'm looking at Modest. I'm looking at Dalton Connect, and I'm looking at Donovan Klingon still. I like the scoring ability, obviously, of Dalton Connect. I think that if Jeremy Grant leaves, you kind of get another score with Dalton Connect. Modest, I think he can help with the defensive side too, obviously. But I think that he can develop as an offensive creator. I think that with what happened in high school, I just think, I don't know, taking G League numbers is tough just because of how G League players have not panned out exactly how people thought they would. I don't know. I think I'm kind of talking myself into it with the DeAndre Ayton 2-year deal. But I would say I don't know. I think I'm probably what's up?
Montes has like really bad misses.
I think I'm probably between. Like I keep wanting to go with Dalton, but Dalton's 6'6". Like Shaden Sharp 6'6". Like I just don't think he's gonna be a 3 or a 4, even though Jeremy Grant's 6'7". He'll be a 3 or a 4, but I just think on this team I wouldn't want it as much. I don't know. I think I'm going Modest or Donovan. Yeah. Oof. I'm gonna get cooked on the TikTok because I'm gonna say Donovan Klingon, and then no one's gonna understand why. Yeah, I think I'll go with it. With the 7th overall pick, the Portland Trailblazers. With the 7th overall pick, the Portland Trailblazers will go with Donovan Klingon. I'll take him. I think that you'll want Ayton to leave. I don't think they're gonna stick with him for the long term. 2-year deal, he'll be out in 2 years. You can learn what you can from Ayton in the 2 years, whatever that is. I think that you could put him alongside Scoot, try and get a little pick and roll going, but you have your point guard and your center of the future. And hopefully you can build up with that.
They need. They,
You keep
Clinton
cutting
brings
out. I
that.
can't hear you.
Jesus Christ. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can't hear you. You keep cutting out. Yeah, it's better.
All right. I said the Blazers are in dire need of rim protection, and that's
Yeah.
definitely what Donovan Clingan brings to the table. Some people are under the thought process that his shot can also continue to improve. He's been shown shooting in like workouts stuff like that. I don't know how much I'm buying into that because he barely did it at UConn, and we've seen centers like shoot in those workouts and then get to the league and do none of that. But I think he's a dominant post defender. He's a dominant rim protector. His questions are: is going to be able to guard in space against like guards, because you know how bad drop coverage can be against dynamic point guards, and so it frees up pull up jump shots in the mid range and then from 3 point line. And I have questions also about his offensive upside. Now I think he's a pretty good screener. He's a pretty good player at sealing and like getting his looks in the post. And I think he's also a pretty good passer as well. But I just don't know how much how productive he's also actually going to be on the offensive end. So that's my questions with Donovan Clingan. I think he could honestly end up as a backup center. I could see that for sure. But he's kind of like been comped to like a Walker Kessler. So I kind of see that. But yeah, I'm good with the pick. What I've done. Either it's for Donovan Clingan for me, it's either going to be the Blazers or the Grizzlies. To be honest. All right, easy pick. With the 8th overall pick, the Spurs are going to select Rob Dillingham, get their point guard of the future, arguably the most dynamic creator in his class. He is not being called shifty for no reason. You turn the tape on, he really is shifty. He has probably the best handle in the class. He's one of the best shooters in the class, off the dribble, from the catch. He can do basically everything. He has a nice mid-range shot from what I've seen. He has nice touch. His finishing around the rim can be better, but for a guard of his size, at 58% at the rim, that's pretty good. I think he was also like closer to like 60 in transition, if I'm not mistaken. The thing is with him is size, athleticism, and defense. On defense, he's not going to be good. I'm not going to say probably. He's not. He's terrible off the ball. On the ball, he's just not strong enough to stay with bigger guards. He tries sometimes, but not enough. Did all that come through clear? You can still hear me, Max?
Yeah, a little bit. It was good.
A little bit.
It cut out at start and then kind of got better.
Jesus Christ. Hopefully, I wonder how this is going to be on the.
Yeah, I don't know if it's me or you, so we'll see.
No, it's probably me. It's showing like the connection is unstable, but who knows?
All right. You mean to
Because
go?
you haven't cut out. No, you haven't cut out mine. But yeah, Rod Dillingham 8.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. They got to go with the point guard eventually. At 9, first of all, on some of these mocks, I see them going with Rob. I don't get that. Why are they going with Rob as a bench guard?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't get that. I am going with the 9th overall pick. The Memphis Grizzlies are going to select Dalton Connect. They need shooting bad. I think that Luke Kennard could be on his way out as far as being a trade piece. Obviously, Desmond Bain is a good offensive player, but he's starting. You need bench pieces to shoot. I think Dalton Connect obviously was a great scorer in college, could shoot the ball very well. I think put him next to Ja and this team, and I think he'll be a great spot up shooter for him. Can get a bucket off the bench. He's got obviously he's 21, 22. He's got experience. He's played D2 up to D1. So he's got experience of grinding it out. I think you'll have to do that a lot in Memphis. Yeah, I think that this team as a whole needs shooting bad. Yeah, it's young. You'll build up with it. I think he'll probably be the same age as some of the guys on the team. He'll be older than Gigi Jackson. But I think it fits the timeline, shooting ability. I think he fits it really well. So I think that Dalton Connect's a good pick here.
Dalton Connect is going to be able to come off of screens, off of pin downs, getting his shots in the mid range from 3. A really dynamic scorer, a really underrated athlete, in my opinion. It's not. I don't think there's an area as far as scoring where you can't do it. I think his creation upside has came into question, and that's because he came off a lot of screens and pin downs stuff like that. But I think it's a really sound offensive game. I do think I don't know how much better he's going to get, but Memphis is a win out team, and that's when at 23 years old, kind of makes sense for them. They don't need one. They don't need anyone where it's going to take like a lot of development time. They could probably be a playoff team again next year. So I like the pick from you, Max. It makes sense. You're welcome.
Thank you. I mean, the past 3-4 picks you've all liked, so that's fine. You don't got to say that much. I'm good at drafting, man. What can I say?
Easy pick here. With the 10th overall pick, the Utah Jazz are going to select Matis Buzelis. They are in dire need of a wing. He fills that in. Like I was saying earlier, a lot of what I like from Matis right now is defensively. I think he averaged around like 2 blocks in the G League a night. He's shown real potential as a team defender with the weak side help, weak side rim protection, defensive playmaking. And I think he has a room to continue to grow as an on-ball defender. Don't think he's going to be like elite, but I think he's going to be a good defender. Like someone you could put on like your second or third best offensive player. Like Matis, he can do that. I think, and that's really exciting for me because I didn't think of much of him as a defender, to be honest, coming in. But he showed toughness. He needs to continue to fill out his frame, which I think he will continue to do that. Offensively, 3-point shot didn't look great. I think he shot 26%. But his high school priors were a lot better. I think he shot around 39-40% in high school. I don't think the volume was too crazy, though. The volume was pretty low, if I'm not mistaken. So his jump shot is a question. I'm not going to act like it is. It's not. I mean, because it is. If you're buying into Matis Buzelis, you're buying into him because you think that shot is going to continue to progress. And I think going to a spot in Utah is pretty good for his development. I trust in Will Hardy. I trust in their developmental camp. I just trust in the organization to develop talent, to be honest. So I like Matis to the Jazz. Needs to work on his handle, but he's much more of a connected passer. When people thought about Matis coming in and why he was in consideration for the number 1 overall pick, it's because of the thought of him. It's like this 6'10" forward that can really play like the 2 and score and facilitate. But what we saw this year at G League Ignite wasn't that. And I don't know if that is him as a player anymore. He's going to be still pretty versatile for his position. He's going to be still pretty fluid, pretty mobile offensively for his position. But I think the Jazz are a good spot for him.
I think that there's potential. They obviously go point guard. I think depending on who's on the board, I think there's major potential they go point guard.
The Jazz?
Looking at Collier. I mean, like, do you see Keyshawn as the 1 going forward? I think he'd be a 2.
Keontae, George.
Yeah, why did I say Keyshawn George? Crazy. I think Keontae could be a 2 going forward. I don't think like they're stuck at him being a 1. I think this team, especially with Danny Ainge at the helm, you're gonna go best player available. And I don't think they're committed to one position. I think everybody on their team is movable, maybe besides a forward, because you have Bryce Sensabaugh, Taylor Hendricks, Laurie, whatever. I think that they could definitely go point guard. I don't think they're tied to Jordan Clarkson or Colin Sexton for the future.
Keontae George is the point guard, and I don't know. He's more of a combo, but like he's too small to play.
I think you could play him too, especially I don't know Collier or Rob. I think you could. Yeah, Keyshawn. Why do I keep saying Keyshawn? Keontae's shooting ability, I think could really keep him as a 2. Or you could put him as a 2 with the ball dominant. Reed Shepard 6'3".
What's that got to do with it?
He's gonna probably be a 2 if he goes to Detroit.
Keontae, I mean, Cade is 6'8", bro.
Okay. Collier 6'4". Who cares? Anyways,
that's not what?
11. I think before this season, first of all, this whole on the side team needs thing, it's all just like it doesn't matter. Levine probably gone. DeMar probably gone. Lonzo's everybody's probably gone, so it doesn't even matter. Moving forward, this team has basically one guy to build around. And that's Kobe White. And I think before the season, you might look at this team taking a point guard. I don't think you're doing it anymore. Kobe White's your guy. What?
We're talking about players that can play off the ball. That's definitely Kobe White. As a 2,
it doesn't matter. I think that I'll go best. I'll go best available anyways.
Huh? Yeah, best player available right now is a point guard. That's what I'm telling you right now.
The best player available.
Yeah, the best player available is definitely a point guard right now. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll disagree.
Now I gotta find a way for
you don't have wings on your team. Levine and DeRozan are gone. You don't have wings.
You talking about Levine and DeRozan are going like is that easy to trade Zach Levine? It's not at all. But okay,
They're gone. I'm sorry. And even if they are there, the probably won't play. Anyways, I'm taking what?
They probably won't play.
Like Levine's gonna be injured or whatever. DeMar's got it. Like this team is in shambles, and it's been in shambles.
DeMar's probably going. Yes.
Yes, that's fine. Like Patrick Williams, he'll be there probably, but that's about it. I mean, yeah, look, like, geez, their depth chart on this. I mean, it's wrong. Their depth chart on Fanspo is Lonzo, DeRozan, Torrey Craig, Sanogo, Drummond. Kobe White's third string on this. That's disgusting.
Where do you see that at? Oh, never mind.
The depth chart, that's crazy. If you scroll down on Fanspo, that's bad. Yeah, with that said, going forward, you do have a little crowding at the backcourt if you do keep all these guys with Lonzo, with Caruso, with Kobe, Javon Carter, whoever. With the 11th overall pick, the Chicago Bulls are going to select Cody Williams. I think the two-way potential is there for sure. I think that, again, just drafting wings in this league, wings are so essential. Two-way wings are super essential. And the potential that Cody Williams has, if he's anything like his brother Jalen, is huge. I think being able to defend a team's second best player, first best player, and able to shoot the basketball at a high level is huge, especially with the creation and the offense that Kobe White brings. They're a blank slate for me. The Bulls honestly can go with whatever because they should restart their entire team. And I think, sure, if you want to go point guard, go point guard. You can make it work. I think that they just need any and everything right now. They need draft best player available at whatever pick they're at. So.
Yeah, and that would have been Isaiah Collier. Isaiah Collier is
I would love for Cody to drop one spot, but I got to be real, and I think that he should go there.
Isaiah Collier is a player on his board, and because a lot of these teams don't need point guards, he's going to fall in his draft. But for anybody watching this, I'm very high on Isaiah Collier, and I don't think he should be dropping as low as he's about to in this draft. He's going to be the steal of this draft because people are overthinking him too.
I get what you're saying. Like, I think that people are overthinking it a lot. With that being said, though, I think with this pick, one, if you draft Zach Edey, I'm leaving. And two,
why would I do that?
What's his name? I can't even pronounce his name. Every mock has us getting Saloon.
Yeah,
how you say his first name?
I don't think that's a move. I don't know how to say his
first name. To Jane, maybe. I don't know. Everybody has us mocking him. So, anyways.
Nah, he's pretty raw. Y'all did enough, development. Y'all don't need to continue to develop people. For me, for the Thunder, so the Thunder had this 5L system where a lot of people think they need to get another 5 and put Chet at the 4, but I think for Chet's defensive impact as a pick and roll defender and a defender as he is, probably going to keep him at the 5 and get a bigger 4. So I'm thinking about maybe like. You want to get like shooting because you guys. I know you don't. I know you don't think that you need shooting, Max, but you really do. Y'all do. Definitely.
When I say that.
Okay. Well, y'all do because y'all we're one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the league by percentage, yes, but like y'all don't take a lot of threes.
Yes, I do. Like, sure, we need some shooting, especially when you look at our starting lineup right there, and we do have. And I get it. Lou Dort shoots well in the regular season, but in the playoffs he did not shoot well, but statistically he did. I get what you're saying. But Josh Giddey in that lineup is terrible. Like, I think having enough shooting off the bench is whatever. I think that it's not our number one concern.
Yep.
I still think size is an issue. But I just heard something from Sam Presti. We won't get like a big. He wants to run this small lineup. Like, he wants Chet to be a 5. So,
and that's fine.
I don't know.
Y'all can get a 4 in free agency, but personally,
you're going Jared McCain.
What I'm gonna do? No. Ooh, maybe Tyler Smith low key. That would be fire. That high could be fire. All right, I already know what I'm gonna do. With the 12th overall pick, the Thunder are going to select Cal Filipowski. Been mocking him here for the entire draft process. I'm going to continue to do it. I believe in the shot, so I think he can still work well with the 5-out system. Let me be clear. I don't think the Thunder should use this pick at all. They have enough draft prospects on their roster and put young players they got to develop. I think they should trade this pick for a veteran player, but if they're going to use it, I think Cal Filipowski is the pick here because he fits what they need. They need more offensive versatility. He can score in a lot of different ways, and he can be like a weak side rim protector alongside Chet, and I believe in his jumper. It looked pretty good at times this year. I think it was like I don't think the percentage was too high, but I don't know. I believe in his jumper. I like his form. I think he's a little bit too trigger happy, but if he can, downsize that a little bit, I think he provides toughness, versatility, size. He's also 7 feet, and you can still run Chet at the center and run him at the 4 and double work. So
Understood. I
like
feel like I
Cal.
remember this pick for a little bit. I think you've made this pick. I think you're right. You've made this pick a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, some people don't think that high of him, but I think him or Tristan Da Silva, to be honest, would be the pick here. He shot 34% from 3, 35% from 3 this year.
It's fine. At 13, a lot of these mocks have him going Devin Carter, and I get it from the defensive ability, but what is the difference between Devin Carter and Davion Mitchell?
Devin Carter is bigger and a better rebounder and a better defender and a better passer, probably.
Are they not similar players, though, when you really breaks down to it?
I just don't think so.
Why?
Because for what I just said, I think Devin Carter is a better defender, a better rebounder. He's bigger. Like, I think that Davion Mitchell. Devin
What did you say?
I said I really think I think Davion Mitchell is really like 5'11", and I feel like Devin Carter.
Regardless,
like
it's not much of a change. If he's 5'11", then Devin Carter's probably 6'1". You're lying about an inch of your age. 2-3 inches at the point guard position, 6 foot and 6'2" is not huge to me. I don't know. I don't see. I don't understand that. I don't understand some of the guys who want point guards. Like I've seen Jared McCain go here. I think they have enough creation with De'Aaron, and you have Malik Monk off the bench as far as a scorer. I think you're lacking in the bigs position. Like you have DeMontis, then you have Keegan, then you have Trey Lyles. Like it kind of drops off pretty fast. You don't even really have a center on the team besides JaVale and Alex Len. But
can I stop you for a second? Davion Mitchell wingspan is 6'4", and Devin Carter's wingspan is 6'8". So there's that. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just fundamental differences.
Yeah, sure. Fundamental 4 inches, which is a lot with I guess prospects, but like I don't know. Like I don't know. I guess I just don't fully see that you need 2 under 6'4" wing defenders.
I don't think you should take them either, but I'm just saying.
I think like I just don't love anybody here. I guess it's a potential trade pick if someone loves Collier, someone wants to trade up for him. My 2 picks are really between Tristan Da Silva and Tajane. I think like you're really going off potential with Tajane. I think that you need some development in Sacramento. Looking forward to the future, what do you have to really build off of? It's really just Keegan Murray, and even then, I don't think Keegan Murray is going to be this number 1, number 2 guy. He'll be a scorer off the bench. So I think you have room to develop these guys. I don't know. I think it's like a pretty tough pick for me going between the 2. I think that as far as I think Tajane's ceiling's higher than Tristan Da Silva. So yeah, with that being said, at the 13th overall pick, the Sacramento Kings will select Tajane Saloon.
He is like, I don't know. I don't really know what to make of him. He's like solid defender. He can.
I feel like I definitely like the least about him as far as the whole draft process. Like, I feel like he's not talked about at all. I mean, and I guess it makes sense. Like Ricochet and Sarr, just because they're going whatever top 5, top 7. But Tajane, I don't know. I feel like I see him like mock top 10 sometimes, but it's right around like that later lottery pick.
Sure.
But
he's just he's more like offensively. I think he's more like he's a good cutter and good play finisher. The jump shot is like I don't know how real it is. The efficiency, the numbers weren't there as far as his jump shot, but I think it definitely has potential to improve. I think he's being compared sort of like to Michael Porter Jr. I just don't know how much I see it. He's a really good cutter, all ball mover, and hopefully if the shot is going to continue to prove, you can slide him in there at that 4th spot kind of, and he can play next to Sabonis. But the Kings are in a tough spot where they don't. I don't think their future is that bright, to be honest. I think they kind of hit a ceiling with this team. I think there's a strong possibility that they miss the playoffs again next year. To be honest,
Potential.
Max. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I can hear
I
you.
mean, it's definitely like I think with the rising Western Conference, like you have Houston who missed out on it this year. I think they'll obviously be back for blood. I just think there are some good teams who are going to be up there. We don't know what Wemby's ceiling is going to be, but if he can backpack this team to compete for a playoff spot, like I think they could be competing with teams like Sacramento if they hit on these draft picks. Yeah, I think the West will only get better and better. The Warriors are obviously there too. So.
All right, with the 14th overall pick, the Blazers are going to select Tyler Smith from the G League Ignite. I like his ability to stretch the floor. Defensively, he has a lot to work on, but he is really good in the mid-range and three-point area. Was one of the G League Ignite's most consistent players, especially among their draft prospects this year. And people, it's kind of like a mixed bag when we talk about Tyler Smith. Some people are higher on him, some people are lower on him, but I think he fits the Blazers, and he can add, someone that can space the floor next to Scoot on that team. I think they're probably going to, maybe they try to come out with another wing in his drafts. Tristan De Silva. Actually, I might go back and change that. Let me see.
To what?
It's like a Tristan De Silva because
How
they
do you
did get
change
they
the
got
pick?
size. Oh, you just
How do
do
you change the pick on you?
undo previous draft pick. So I might change. I don't know. They got Jeremy Grant in that power forward position. They don't really need a wing though either. No, I'm keeping it the same. I'll go Tyler Smith. I've been mocking him there for a minute. What you want to do at 15? Now that we're outside like the lottery, we can just briefly.
I think like Miami's always interesting. Miami always seems to hit on these picks. Whether or not they're going to be great, they can just develop players. I don't know. I think to be honest, I think I kind of look at the upside of Isaiah Collier. How long is Terry Rozier going to be here? Do you guys trade for a star? I don't know. My top three right now, I'd even say Tristan Silva's in that. I'm looking at Collier. I'm looking at Devin Carter. I feel like he fits like a Heat player. But I am looking at Jacoby Walter too. I think that they can get Jacoby Walter out to become a good sixth man for the time being. I think that if Tyler Hero does end up leaving in a trade like he is rumored to every year, I think Jacoby Walter could be a good piece that they can build off of. But Jimmy's in that position, so it's kind of weird. I don't know. I think it's like a couple guys. Tristan De Silva, I think, could fit. Devin Carter, I think, could fit. It's just all about, I guess, what they're thinking for the future. If they're going to sign a star, if they're going to trade some of these pieces. I'd say the wing position, I might hold off on the wing just because you do have Jimmy, you have Duncan, you have Caleb Martin, you have Jaime, you have a lot of wings, you have Jovic. I think I'm gonna go guard. And it's just between Collier or Devin Carter.
Mind you, this team does not have a lot of players that actually have potential to improve more in the future. They don't have much of a young core.
That's why I like Jacoby.
That type of
That's
stuff.
why I like Jacoby. That's why I like Jacoby. And I get Devin Carter's ceiling is not. I think Jacoby still has potential. I think that he had a rough year at Baylor. Didn't shoot the ball really well, but he did show signs.
Oh no, I think Jacoby has potential too. I'm not alluding to him. And you
I
need
think
someone with high
I know
upside.
you're alluding to Collier. You're alluding to Collier over Devin Carter. Yeah, no, I understand 100%, and I agree. I think Devin Carter's ceiling is whatever, much lower than Isaiah Collier's. It's just a matter of does this team finally hit and trade for a guy this year? But can't really factor that into it. So yeah, I agree though. I think they don't develop people. It's like Sacramento, a couple picks behind. They don't have anyone to really build with. You got to go off potential. So with the 15th overall pick, the Miami Heat will select Isaiah Collier.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
I don't think Devin Carter is a bad pick at all, though.
No, he fits their culture, that type of thing. But
yeah, exactly.
I don't know why they would be looking to get kind of like older. I mean, he's kind of young. He's young, obviously, as a rookie, but like
it's because you're going to compete. It's because you're trying to compete now. Do you have time? Is Collier going to be an impact guy day one? I don't know. Will Devin Carter maybe help day one? Yeah, maybe. Is his defensive ability going to be there?
I think the Heat need to stop, playing around and drafting these like win now guys and actually get some talent they can get and develop. Because I think their future is like pretty bleak, to be honest. If they don't win a championship pretty soon, because they have an okay amount of draft assets, but like I don't know. Waiting around and trying to hit for a star, maybe that works. But after this Jimmy era is over, it's like where do you turn? And I think you know getting Kylie in there, and how good Miami is at developing talent, and if they can develop his jump shot and they can develop his floater game. He is really really special at getting to the basket, playmaking for others. I think Kylie is one of the five best players in this draft class, and he's only going at 15 because some of these teams only need point guards. And his ability to get to the paint, playmaking for others, get to the free throw line is really special. His free throw shooting needs to get better. He had issues with dealing with turnovers, but that actually got better over the year. He played like a freshman. He played like a freshman. Like turnover issues, that type of stuff is not unique to just him. Like people usually have that, or it's more in abundance with actual freshman point guards, especially at his size. Defensively, I think he has a strength on the ball to be a good defender. He just was not as focused a lot of the times at USC. Going there to Miami, I think will change a lot of that with their philosophies and their system. So I think this is a great pick for the Miami Heat for sure. All right. With the 16th overall pick, I'm going to select Tristan Da Silva. Yeah, I'll select Tristan Da Silva. To the 76ers. They are about to lose Tyrese, not Tyrese. They're about to lose what's dude's name? Tobias Harris. They can use a little bit of forward help, I believe. And he is one of the best shooters in his class. He's super fluid. He's a good scorer. Don't know how good he's going to be defensively or rebounding. But I think Tristan Da Silva is a lottery talent in his class. And so I'll take him, get him at 16 to like a win now situation with him being older. It definitely fits the timeline, and his skill set can help the Sixers a lot for sure.
If I'm not mistaken, 17 is the Lakers now, right?
Correct. I don't know why his Fanspo hasn't got it changed yet.
Just got to trade. That's fine. Yeah, I think that really does open up some stuff for the Lakers. I don't know. I think there's a couple ways they could go. I think I'd want to go Jacoby, but I think that they can't develop. They have shown that they can't really develop people. You need guys who are going to compete now. You need shot makers. You need defensive pieces. I think like experienced college guys. I think.
Oh, we talking about the Lakers? We talking about the Lakers right now?
Oh, yeah, trade the pick to him. Trade the pick to him. Just trade the pick.
We need to how?
I traded the pick. I traded the pick on mine. I think that LA obviously needs people to contribute right now. And that can be in a bunch of different ways.
They need a backup center. How about that?
You really want me to go with Edie?
No, there's a clear backup center. I'm not doing all that, bro. It's the Lakers. We know who it is.
Yeah, you want what? Eves? You want Missy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you also need you need defenders. You need guys who are going to go out and guard.
Missy is a defender. Missy is a defender.
No, you need defenders who are going to actually be able to contribute on both sides of the ball. You can't have Jared Vanderbilt who can't play offense, who can just play defense. I think you have that with Ryan Dunn. I think you have that with Devin Carter.
Ryan Dunn offensive game is terrible.
I think it might be better than Jared Vanderbilt. With that being said, I do
no, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not. I like the fit. I like the fit. I think that he could help contribute.
Your pick is Ryan Dunn?
No.
Who's your pick?
Huh?
Who's your pick, bro?
With the 17th overall pick, the Los Angeles Lakers are selecting Devin Carter.
I just don't know. I think the Lakers need a backup center. I think that the defensive help they need to a POA defender. They're probably going to get that in the free agency. I think a backup center that it'll be super beneficial.
You can get a backup center easier than you can get a potential 3-and-D wing guard.
3-and-D wing guard.
Sorry, I meant sorry, that's the wing.
I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad pick. I like Devin Carter.
I think it fits
Shooting is
well. I think he can contribute day one. I think that obviously size wise a thing, but if he can be physical, we saw Lou Dort, and Lou Dort's obviously bigger, but being physical can help with Luca more than Jaden McDaniels could in it sometimes. So
oh
I think if you
brother.
can get a, I think if you can get a guard that's in someone's face, off the bench, I think it could help.
I mean, his 3-point shot is his swing skill. He shot 37% this year, but in other years he shot 29 and 26 and 25. Free throw numbers aren't not great at all for a guard. But he is like a Josh Hart type of guy where he is super. He can rebound really, really well. He's a really well-rounded player, to be honest. So I guess it's not the worst.
Oh,
Um,
thanks. That was so nice. Thank you so much.
we here at number 18, and I don't know, man. Orlando kind of needs a shooting guard, in my opinion. They just need more spacing and more shooting for sure.
I think there's a good pick here. I think there's a pretty solid pick here, depending on what they get, I guess. But in free agency,
I would take Jeremy McCain, but it's just
I
like
think I think he fits well.
I just don't know they need another point guard. They just drafted Anthony Black. They already have Jalen Suggs, who
But I
is
think
kind of
shooting
more.
ability wise, he's different. You can kind of play him around more.
As far as offensive versatility, like coming off screens and stuff like that, I think Jeremy McCain is really just a spot up shooter. Like his shot versatility is not great at all. He's just really just a spot up shooter. Like he wasn't coming off screens. He wasn't really hitting too many pull up jumpers. Um, I'm going to go with hmm, with the 18th overall pick. I'll select Jacoby Walter.
It's fine. Going off potential too.
I think he can come off screens and knock down some more versatile shots, like kind of like scorer than Jeremy McCain. Jeremy McCain will be more NBA ready day one, but he's also a lot smaller than Jacoby Walter, and they already have again a really log jam at that point guard spot, and Jacoby is more of a two guard, so I'll go ahead and take him.
Uh, this is where it gets kind of bleak in the draft, in my opinion. I think looking at 19, I'm not gonna lie. I think that everybody on this team is tradable. At some point in time, I think Bruce Brown's off. Gary Trent could be off. I think the only piece you're really moving forward with is Scotty, IQ, your center position, and probably RJ. With all that being said, though, I do think that you need shooting. They can bring shooting off the bench for sure. IQ, you're going to probably have to pay him moving forward. But I do think a bench guard would be good. And that's why I think Jared McCain fits this team pretty well as far as spots of need. I think they really need shooting ability on the bench. And especially compared to other prospects, you're not going with a backup center. I think the wing position is kind of full at the moment. So with the 19th overall pick, the Toronto Raptors will select Jared McCain.
I like the pick. Yeah, he
You get your
definitely
Cavs.
shooting.
I didn't know that.
Huh?
You get your Cavs.
Oh, he's missing still on the board at 20. It's nuts. Now my Cavs. We need a wing. Badly. We need a wing badly. We need some shooting. We need some scoring with badly. Um, and that's gonna be. Wait, Deron Holmes didn't get big at. Holy.
What'd you use? What draft board you use?
Fanspo.
Yeah, ESPN has him at 50. 50.
Yeah, ESPN don't know what they're talking about. Um, there's a couple of spots Deron Holmes could have went to. The Cavs is not one of them, but maybe like the Lakers for sure. The Raptors, kind of. I don't know. All right, with the 20th overall pick, the Cavs are going to select Jalen Tyson. We need a wing who's able to dribble, pass, shoot, that type of thing. Versatile scorer, one of the most slept-on players in this draft class. I'll take Jason Tyson here at 20 to come in and have a pretty solid role for this team pretty early on. I really think he helps the needs we need at the wing. We have a really big hole on the wing. So yeah, I'll take him.
With the 21st overall pick, the Pels will select Yves Missy. I think we'll go with the center here. I'm not taking Zach Edey. I'm sorry. It's between him and Khalil Ware.
Khalil Ware was right there, and then I feel like they need more spacing. But
Yeah, I'm not taking Edey. I'm sorry. I was gonna take him just for Jaden, so Jaden could root for him on his own team. But yeah, I'm not gonna do it. It's him or Khalil Ware, but I'll just go with Missy for the moment. Good pick and roll. Can grab boards when Zion misses. I think that could be whatever potential wise. I think it's good.
It's not the worst fit. They obviously need rim protection with Jonas Valanciunas being there, but he's going to obviously be down to be on the team next year. But they definitely need some rim protection with Zion being a forward. But I will probably go Khalil Ware just because he can actually play better on the floor, I think, with Zion because of his spacing ability. But I don't know. With 22, I kind of want to take a point guard here. They've needed a point guard for a minute now, but they also kind of needed a center too.
You going Bub?
No. Yusuf Nurkic, I don't know. Yusuf Nurkic is just like he's not it, bro. They kind of need a center too. They need a center. I'm not gonna lie, they do. But I've always been mocking the point guard because they kind of need a point guard really badly too. This Phoenix team is all out of whack. All right, who is next up? Oh, who has 23, Max?
Milwaukee.
All right, and 24.
24 is New York. From Dallas, though.
All right, with the 22nd overall pick, the Spurs are going to select. Not the Spurs. The Suns are going to select Khalil Ware. I think they need some center help really badly, and he allows them to play more so like a five out offense. If that jump shot is really as good as it looked sometimes at this season, he shot 40%. It was on low volume. A really athletic center as well. Can protect the big rim. Not the best rim protector. Can catch lobs. Can do a lot of things. And I think Khalil Ware is a pretty good prospect in this class. I think he can arguably go higher. There's so many players in this class where I think like they can go higher, and I wouldn't blink. And he's one of those players.
The Bucks are weird just because again we don't know what veterans they're gonna try and bring back. I don't know what this team's gonna look like next year. I think that the really two spots you'd go are probably point guard and center. If I guess Edey's on the board, I see a couple mocks with him. I don't know. I'm still like just not high on drafting Zach Edey. I still like I don't know, especially on a team. Apparently, he's been developing the 3-point shot, but on a team with Giannis, like Edey's so focused on being down in the paint, like I don't think that's gonna work with Giannis at all. Like I think Giannis won't be able to drive if Edey's down there. He's ineffective everywhere else. So I don't know. I think the two guys I'm probably looking at right now are gonna be. I think I just know too little about Johnny Furphy. I'm looking at Tyler Kolek and Bob Carrington. Two backup point guards. I think you'd have the creation for both. The shooting ability with Kolek. I think the offensive ability and the creation with Bub. I don't know. I think size wise, obviously, with Tyler Kolek.
Yeah, he's not a great shooter.
Is he not better than Bob Carrington?
As a shooter? No, not even close.
What's the 3-point? What 3-point percentage did Kolek shoot?
I think it was 40.
And
but again,
Bub supposedly shot 32%?
No, I think it was higher than that, but it's not about the percentages. I think as far as actually creating his own shot, Bub is way better, especially getting to that mid range where he's pretty good there.
Creating shots is different. I don't think in this system they're going to be shooting as much. So I think it's like
I don't think he's a great shooter at all. I mean,
yeah, Bub shot 32%.
The percentages like look good, but has been a question for Tyler Kolek, like literally all his career.
I think I don't know. It's weird on both sides because they're probably not going to be starting alongside Dame either way. It's just about play creation off the bench. And I think it's also two-way ability. And obviously, I think Bub showed a little bit more defensively. Maybe I'm wrong about that too.
Both of them. Well, I'm not counting on either one of them to be like some crazy. Like both of them might be solid. Like Bub is probably I don't know. Like Kolek is more like a toughness thing, as far as defensively. But I don't know. Bub defensively, He's lengthy, so that kind of helps him. But he just needs to put on weight. That's his issue, mostly defensively and that type of stuff. But Kolik, I'm trying to see like how many actual threes he actually shot this year.
See, there's one name that I've kind of heard a lot, like rising up, and I think he actually kind of fits his team well. But defensively he's bad, and that's kind of where you need some stuff. But I think Baylor Shireman fits this team in their plan a little bit. With the offensive and the shooting
It's not a
ability,
bad pick.
it's obviously really, really high. I don't know.
It's based on who you ask. It's based on who you ask. I don't think that's high for everybody.
My thing is, how old is he?
He's old. He's an older player.
Yeah, 22. And again, this team has like no youth whatsoever. So I think going with Bub helps because I don't even know how old is he. I'm not gonna say that I know that.
Bub is the youngest player in this draft.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think as far as fitting the schedule or fitting the timeline, they needed shooting last year. I think as far as contributing to a team now, like I'll go. Yeah, it's fine. I'll go with Baylor Shireman. With the 24th overall pick, the Milwaukee Bucks select Baylor Shireman.
I gotta find him on here. There you
go. I think that like he can provide more impact day one. I don't know. I think Bub, and again, I don't always value like where someone plays college wise. I think it's like also about production because if you're playing the ACC, you're playing the ACC. But Kolik was one of the He was the point guard for one of the best teams in college basketball for the past couple of years in the regular season, not in the postseason. He's been doing it as the point guard in the team for a couple of years, so I value that. Bub obviously showed he has potential, but Baylor's, he performed at the biggest stages, so I don't know. I think it's like in this draft, it's like a poor man's Dalton Connect. But I'll go with Baylor.
All right. The 24th overall pick, the Knicks are going to select a point guard or a center here. I think they do have Isaiah Hartenstein and Mitch Robinson, but I feel like one of them, with Mitch Robinson injury history and Isaiah Hartenstein being a free agent, one of them would not be on the team next year. Personally, is what I feel like. So maybe they can get a center with one of these picks. Kind of also need some shot creation off the bench. We saw that in the playoffs this year. And I think they also you can use a backup point guard. Like Miles McBride. I don't know. Miles McBride is pretty good as a backup point guard. I might do like a wing in the center.
I got the next pick. And center-wise, you going Edey?
No, Deron Holmes. But I kind of run Deron Holmes on the Wizards, though. Deron Holmes can go much higher than this pick. I'm just looking at some names for them. They got Kenneth Simpson at 55. That's crazy. All right. With the 24th overall pick, the Knicks are going to select Tyler Kolek to come in and be a backup point guard for them and make off the bench. Instead of Jalen Brunson. Did you get that?
Yeah, Tyler Kolek. I'm not gonna lie, I see a lot of these drafts going with Keyshawn George. I think that's why I kept saying Keyshawn George for Keontae. I think it makes sense, but at the same time, like you have OG, Josh Hart, Dante, Bojan, Alec Burks, who all got minutes this year. I don't know. I think.
My bad. Jaden has said something to the group chat I was listening to. Did you say your pick?
I think I'd want to go Keyshawn, but I think with you going with a guard, I think that you have to address the big position more. If you would have gone with a center, I think I would have gone with him instead of Kolek. Yeah, just center and power forward wise, it's just not guys that I want. So I'll go for the rebounding ability. With 25, the Knicks will take Deron Holmes.
Deron Holmes is one of the. I think he's one of the most slept on players in this class. The fact that I even got to go all the way down here for his name. Wait, let me go see. Probably missed him. There you go. He showed a increased ability to hit a jumper, play make as well. You see that 2.6 assists as a center, as a scorer. He took leaps, led Dayton to that first tournament. I think since 2017. One of the best players in the country. He's athletic, has defensive versatility as well. He's a really good player, and I think whatever team gets him is going to be getting a really good player. And I kind of want him to fall to 26. The Wizards need a center so bad, and I'm not selecting Zach Edey.
I think I think the Wizards would be a team though that can just take him and not worry about it because they just need anything.
I don't know because now I need I don't want to draft a wing because I already said I have enough wings, but I kind of want to draft Bobby Clement, but again, they already have enough wings.
I don't know. I'm not going to draft him, but I would take Edey. The starting center is Jan Mahimi and Rashawn Holmes. Let's be serious.
Yeah. Johnny Furphy hasn't even been off the board. This is crazy. Who you got coming up next? He can hopefully get selected. He should. Johnny Furphy's a top. He's a first round pick, and Bob Carson is too.
There's still the Clippers up next. I'm not gonna lie. I would say go Edey.
The Clippers. All right, I'm going Zach Edey. I don't want to talk about it. I'm skipping the pick. Next pick. I'm taking him out of just pure necessity because they don't have a center. But obviously, he's an elite rim protector. He is one of the best interior scorers prospects. He's one of the best interior scoring prospects we've seen in a very long time, and he has pretty good touch for a big. That's all nice things I'll say about him.
It's Minnesota. I got confused with the picks. Sorry, it's not the Clippers. It's Minnesota.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it's not. Minnesota.
The Washington pick was from the Clippers. That's why I got confused. Yeah. Again, this team it matters on what they do in the offseason. I think going with a guy like Bob Carrington is definitely a move. If Conley's out, you want guys who can contribute now, but they could address point guard in the offseason. I don't know. I think with that being said, I'll just hold on. Don't say anything. Everybody just got it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's.
What are you doing, Max?
Yeah, it's between Kaishan or Bob Carrington. I'm not gonna go Johnny Furphy. Sorry. And I'll go with with 27, the Timberwolves will take Bob Carrington.
I like the pick. His shot creating ability, his playmaking is really, really good. I think his jump shot will be fine. For sure. I believe in his jump shot. I believe in his shot making ability. His real issues are defense and being able to defensive focus really, and being able to get to the rim. His rim numbers aren't great at all. He's one of the youngest players, if not the youngest player in the draft. I don't think he's 19 years old. I don't even know why it says that. Let me look. Bob Carrington age. July 21st, 2005. Also, he is 19.
Bob Carrington is 19, yes.
Oh, well, he's one of the youngest players in the draft. I'm sticking with it. All right. So we got 28 with the Nuggets, and I've been consistent on it. They need a backup center, a backup big for a long time. Their backup big is like DeAndre Jordan.
So you drafting then?
And they play like Aaron Gordon minutes at the 5. They kind of also need a backup point guard too, because Robert, what's his name? Reggie Jackson is like
Reggie Jackson.
I don't know. We got Kevin McCullough on the board, Ryan Dunn on the board, Johnny Furphy on the board, Keyshawn George on the board. They kind of invested in his wing position. They drafted Peyton Watson. They drafted Julian Strawther, 2 wings. So maybe don't go there. But Johnny Furphy and Keyshawn George are both wings.
Yeah. Those are the 2 names I was looking at, too, because there's no bigs on the board.
I kind of like KJ Simpson. All right. I kind of like also Izan Amanza. I kind of like him too. As bigs. I like KJ Simpson as a complimentary point guard off the bench. So just come in and give you whatever you need. I don't know. They can go in so many ways. I think they're gonna do a lot of this stuff in like free agency because they need like some win now players, to be honest.
So who are you going with?
Let me look at something real quick. Let me look. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna do it with the 28th pick. The Denver Nuggets are gonna select Kenneth Simpson or KJ Simpson, as the world call him. Really competent guard. He's older, so he can come directly now. He's a good shooter, just like complimentary playmaking, driving ability. He's just really solid as a point guard, and I think they could use a backup point guard really badly. Also, backup big, but I think they have a second round pick too, so maybe they get that later.
At 29, Utah, I think, can just go best player available. They do kind of an open book, especially if you like a guy like Laurie Leaves. They drafted Mata in the first round. I think you can go a lot of ways with it. I think you're just going with best player available. So I'm looking at Furphy or Keyshawn George. And I'm going to go with I guess I'll go with the potential 2-way of Keyshawn. I'll go Keyshawn George.
Keyshawn George is a really great shooter. He has some playmaking, especially for a wing. He's a really good passer, really good shooter. Defensively, he made plays, and he has length to guard multiple positions with that versatility. And again, he's a really good shooter as well. His problems are creating for himself. Not really a good shot creator, and not really good at finishing at the rim at all. All right, with the 30th pick, the Boston Celtics are going to select Johnny Furphy, a wing. They need some wing help. Maybe some center help too. Well, they're the best roster in the league, so they can really draft anything. But if they get Johnny Furphy here at 30, that'll be a steal. Super young player, can shoot, can make plays in the passing lanes defensively, off ball cutter. Not much of a like creator for himself, but his role went up as the year went on, and he performed better as the year went on. And he's 6'9", and space the floor, all that type of stuff. So I don't think it's the worst draft ever, man. Pretty good. Pretty good. Let us know what you don't agree with and your thoughts on the team, the player that we selected for your team, in the comments. Another video from the Debate Room podcast. You can see me and Max are pretty tired after doing that for an hour and 30 minutes, nonstop talking. Thank you guys for tuning in and supporting the channel. And we are out.